Hey you, yeah, you. Do you want to learn how to become a good Elden Ring invader? Me too. Me too. And so, if you want to become a quote unquote good Elden Ring invader, what I mean by that, if you want to win Elden Ring invasions really easily, then you got to use Vike's War Spear on a Dexterity Faith build. And so, Vike's War Spear gives you madness buildup, and you can cause it on yourself too. So be careful when using it, otherwise you'll go crazy. And it's really easy to win invasions, especially 1v1s with such a weapon. So yeah. Also, forgive me, the intro clip didn't have any sound. I have no idea why, but oh well. Screw it, we ball. Anyways, hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Scrub, the Tarnished. I'm an Elden Ring invader. I started invading at the beginning of like 2023, so I've been doing this for a little bit of time now, and so I've definitely gotten some experience, and I love to share my experience as an invader with you, the viewer, who is watching this on YouTube. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. I hate doing all that YouTube stuff, man. That like, subscribe, and comment. I hate that. Like, I absolutely hate that. I don't like that it's the norm, but I have to anyways. Otherwise, you guys wouldn't like, subscribe, and comment. So yeah, I have to do that. Anyways, yeah, this is a Dexterity Faith build with the main weapon of choice being Vike's War Spear. And no, I'm not going to power stance it with another one of the weapons, because that is just absolutely diabolical. And I am not a diabolical person. Sometimes I can be, especially in the arena, because the arena, like, dueling against people in the arena is just so funny. There's so many just like odd players in there, and I just love teasing them, and then they leave mean comments on my Steam profile because they don't know how to take a loss. If you all F4 in the arena, you got some problems, bud. But yeah, Vike's War Spear, weapon of choice of this build. But since it's a dexterity leaning build, I got 50 dexterity. We can also use a bunch of different weapons as well. Like, we get to use my beloved Godskin Peeler. Another good weapon of choice is the Winged Scythe, and that L2, it can Estus cancel players as well. So it's really fun to just like add a bunch of pressure by not allowing players to heal. And using a katana as well, you can easily punish people with that running R2. So there's a good assortment of weapons that we can use in this build. And then since I'm rocking with 31 faith, I have 26, but the Two Fingers Heirloom grants me +5 faith as well. So we get to use things like the Flame of Frenzy, the Frenzy Burst, which is like the Madness Snipe, and then we get Unendurable Frenzy, and then whatever the Madness Grab is. And so these incantations are not optimized. They're simply there just to add extra madness buildup, or as like in just utility, I suppose. And so in my physic, which I don't use a lot or with this build, I have the thing that allows you to have like unlimited FP for a short amount of time, along with the poise physics. So I'll drink my physic, go into Unendurable Frenzy until I go mad, and then just delete people, kinda. Like I said, the incantations aren't optimized, so I can't really kill people that easily with the Unendurable Frenzy. Inescapable Frenzy, that's what this incantation is. I haven't really found any good times to use Inescapable Frenzy other than spawning in as an invader and using your iframes to an advantage, because the game's been out for 2 years, and yes, I know that DLC is literally right around the corner. I'm in a different country by the time you guys are seeing this, so hey, hi from a different country. Well, I'm at home right now recording this, but by the time this is uploaded, I'll be in a different country. So hey, me from a different country, if you're watching this, your past self says hi. So I'm sure that would be a nice message for me to hear. Oh yeah, by the way, future me in a different country, you're pretty good looking. Have fun. Yeah, Inescapable Frenzy, you really got to take advantage of your iframes when spawning in as an invader, and I'll just allow people just to attack in me because they don't know better, and you can't attack people while they're in iframes. And so that's kind of the only appropriate time I've been able to actually get something out of Inescapable Frenzy. So going back to what I was saying about the unoptimized incantations, it's not there for damage. If I'm using Vikes and I want some extra madness build up, sure, I'll hit that L2, which is really fun to use. You got to be careful when using that L2, but I'll use like Flame of Frenzy if I have the spacing correct, or like if I want to initiate the battle, I'll like snipe somebody if they're unaware of my presence. So but I do want to talk about the L2. We've all seen people get backstabs because of the Frenzy Flame thrust L2. When you hit the ground, you're kind of stuck in that animation just for a small amount of time, but since Elden Ring PvP is so fast paced, so many things can happen in the span of like 10 seconds. And so you really have to be careful of not allowing yourself, or you have to be careful and use it sparingly and allow yourself to be invulnerable, I guess, in certain situations to not get backstabbed. So otherwise you'll also just get like, I don't know, it has good hyper armor as well. So I use it to trade into people. And then if I want to cause some extra madness buildup, then bam, yes. As you saw earlier, that Phantom, he got hit by the L2, and then those lingering flames on the ground made him go mad. And since they do damage over time as well, he just stood in that while in the midst of that madness animation, and he died from the lingering flames, which is pretty funny to think about. So here's some unendurable frenzy action that we are about to witness right now. So I'll put on the Faithful Phlox Canvas Talisman to boost the damage of those incantations as well. I could use the Scorpion Charm and replace it for like the Shard of Alexander for when I'm using that, or this incantation, but I don't like that extra like damage, that negative damage negation penalty. Did that make sense? You take more damage when you have the fire or the Scorpion Charms on. So, but yeah, since my armor is kind of thematic towards the build, it's pretty much Vike set just with my favorite helmet. There's like hardly any madness resistance to it whatsoever. So if you want to use a build like this, then I recommend actually using the Sanguine Noble chest piece. That actually has some good, or if you want something light and don't want to worry about wearing heavy armor, then I recommend using that one chest piece that you get from the Sanguine Noble. So that has really good madness defense despite it being such like a light piece of armor, surprisingly. So yes, here we are at the Moonlight Altar with we're gonna do a little bit of a 1v1 session with these three guys. They must have been just like some friendly co-opers just trying to get through the game together, because they all had thematic builds and their names were similar. We had a Godslayer Gary, Blood Rose Billy, and then Dragon Slayer Tal. So just a group of friends playing through the game casually as the themed builds. I would love to have an experience like that, but I don't have friends, so RIP me. Anyways, I'm curious, what builds are you guys going to be taking into the DLC? My first build is going to be Arcane Faith caster guy, bleed build guy. I want the Arcane for that extra discovery, and so when you have more Arcane, the drop rate of certain items will increase. So see, look at that madness resistance in the middle of the screen. Even with the Spiral Horn Shield, that's hardly any madness resistance. So if I want to use or unendurable frenzy, like, I'm gonna make myself go crazy. But yeah, let me know what builds you guys are going to be using in the DLC. So not only am I going to be doing my Arcane caster guy, but I'm also doing like a level 168 quality build, because I'm assuming a lot of these weapons are going to be mostly like strength or dexterity scaling, or primary scaling or whatever. So I don't know, I'm curious. And then I'll play the DLC like 4 or 5 times, maybe a little more. I just need to make more characters for it, and then I'll start start using Cheat Engine to bring all the DLC weapons in. So I'm really excited to for all the new content that's going to come onto YouTube with the DLC and all the things that we get from it. So on the topic of content, so by the time DLC comes out, I won't be able to play it the day of. I'll be returning home from my mission trip on the 22nd. So by the time I get back, I'm probably going to be taking a little bit of a break from invasion content on here just to give myself room to really play and enjoy the DLC, try to take it in for as much as I can. And then over time, I'll start posting more invasion content. Besides, it will kind of be a breath of fresh air for most of the community, or all of the community actually, when it comes to making content, because there's going to be so many things that we'll get out of this DLC. So I am beyond stoked. So yes, let me know what also you're looking forward to the most coming from the DLC. So as much as I love or as much as I am anticipated for all the new weapons and stuff and all the new armor pieces, I'm really excited just to really connect the dots with the lore, especially when it comes to Mikola, because I don't know, I like this archetype caricature that Mikola is. I wish I had a way to explain it, but he has such an interesting like caricature archetype, and so I'm curious to see how we will get to know Mikola as the DLC progresses, and how we get to know who he is through his faithful followers. And yes, I've seen the teaser videos from all those content creators. I've watched the Vadi video, and so I have a little bit of an understanding, but based off of the spoiler videos, it's about like 10% of content compared to, not even, maybe like 7%. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to watch it if you are like really eager to do so. So I'm sure I will be flabbergasted, blown away, taken aback, appalled, absolutely amazed by what Michael Zaki will deliver to us in the DLC. So yeah, enough DLC talk. So here we are at Liurnia with the Lakes. We have a host who was going to do an honorable 1v1, but his Phantom said, no, I'm not going to let you do that. And the next thing you know, this red just comes out of nowhere and wants to just like absolutely demolish me. And I don't take any kindness towards traitor reds whatsoever. Like, we're supposed to be teammates. We're outnumbered, and the fact that you want to just be on the host side, that's just like, that's a middle finger to me, bro. Like, I have to give you the treatment. And since we're rocking with the Dexterity Faith build, we can use the Eclipse Shotel. And I don't have this thing upgraded. Why? Because I want to build up as much Deathblight buildup as I can and plant Christmas trees around the lands between. So if you need somebody to plant some trees in your front yard or wherever you reside in the lands between, hit your boy up. So yes, I wanted to give this Phantom the treatment. So I don't know if I want to, I don't know. It's just fun. It's fun turning people into Christmas trees. And so that was the plan here. And so what you can do, I should have unequipped all my weapons and just backstabbed this guy with my fist, because that would do like no damage. And so this guy would be in a constant loop of being planted as a Christmas tree. So yeah, screw this red, and don't be a traitor red. Traitor reds are absolute meanie heads, and I don't take them with any kindness whatsoever. So thank you, host and Phantom, for letting me have my moment to teach this red a lesson of not to go against your fellow bad red men. So yeah, so here we are back with the 1v1. Screw that red for interrupting me. I don't understand why some invaders will like want to go against other reds, to be honest. Like, what is the point? Like, we're the same color. Why must we combat against each other? Like, it's not like you're gonna kill me and then try to kill the host and the Phantom where you're still outnumbered. Like, why not take advantage of like the even playing grounds, or I don't know, like even out the fight, but instead you just want to hit me. So I don't understand, dude. Traitor reds are an enigma to me, to be certain. So I feel like I have to post this on the bad red man community to call out that traitor red. So are they a good red man? Actually, no. The bad red men are secretly the good guys. So we're just including balance into PvP. So I definitely do want to make a video about like discussing certain, or I want to make multiple videos discussing about certain topics of PvP. I'm not sure how that will look when the DLC drops. Hopefully there will be a little bit more balance. I doubt it, to be honest, but we'll see. Yeah, this is the last invasion, more unendurable frenzy content, because why not? It's fun to just make people go crazy. And for some reason we are able to do it at the stone platform where we fight Radagon. So I'm not even gonna bother to try to kill this host. I'll let Radagon do so himself. Like, that's some skill to do it without even having to make yourself physically appear. Well, on my screen they could probably see them and they probably panic. So yeah, anyways, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and have fun doing whatever you're going to do after you're done watching this, which is actually happening right now. So go and do whatever you need to do and don't procrastinate. So bye.